self-esteem and build a team with my people, but I don't know every.
1, 2, 3. Welcome back, you guys, this week to Love Frequency Podcast, where we turn pain into love and we turn that into a high vibration, living at your high vibration and your highest truth. So today, this week, I kind of want to speak on taking that risk. You know, like in Transformers, how Bumblebee was like, just get in a car, right? You never know where that's going to take you. So I kind of want to speak on that. Living in your truth. Don't be afraid to take that risk and take that leap. If you want to move to a different state, I say go do it, because you never know the type of people you may meet that may align with your destiny and align with where you need to be in life, whether that be business, relationship, etc. I moved from a whole different state and I feel like my life changed after that, for the better, of course. And I wouldn't have changed it for the world, but I was very young at the time, like 19, 20 years old, moved to a different state, got a good job, met some amazing people, met a lot of my soul tribe, met a lot of my soulmate alignments, who I was meant to be with to help me grow business-wise, relationship-wise, whatever. You know, my life definitely changed just by taking that leap of faith and believing in myself. So this week is more so about whatever it is whatever it is that you've been thinking about. I say do it. If you want to move from, let's say, the East Coast to the West Coast, do it. If you're thinking about a relationship that may scare you potentially, I say jump in it and do it. What else do you have to risk in this lifetime? Some people are afraid of relationships, but they're not afraid to take risks in business. But I think all of that is an alignment. Don't be afraid to do it all, because you just never know where that can take you, where it may lead you to the right relationships, the right partnerships that you were destined and aligned to be with in this lifetime. Have you ever wondered what would have happened if you just took that risk and got in the car, like Bumblebee said in Transformers? Have you ever wondered what would have happened if you just took that risk and got in the car, like Bumblebee said in Transformers? Not literally, but just, poetically speaking. What did he mean by that? Take a risk. What are you going to do? Sit here, or are you going to get in a car? Pick your choice. You never know where that may lead you. You never know like what type of people you may attract by just taking a risk, whether that's in business, relationships, spirituality, growth. Sometimes we doubt ourselves too much and we listen to our ego. Start listening to your intuition. Take a risk, because guess what? That is your spirit and your soul and your higher self telling you that this is what's aligned for our next level of growth. Stop being afraid. Take that risk. Get in a car. Take that adventure and see where it takes you. And that is not literally, but just, poetically speaking. What did he mean by that? Take a risk. What are you going to do? Sit here, or are you going to get in a car? Pick your choice. You never know where that may lead you. You never know like what type of people you may attract by just taking a risk, whether that's in business, relationships, spirituality, growth. Sometimes we doubt ourselves too much and we listen to our ego. Start listening to your intuition. Take a risk, because guess what? That is your spirit and your soul and your higher self telling you that this is what's aligned for our next level of growth. Stop being afraid. Take that risk. Get in a car. Take that adventure and see where it takes you. The more that you align with yourself, the more that you align with your true calling, your true being, you will start to attract the people that's meant to stay in your life and meant to grow with you. Some people may say that may not be a large group of people, but that's okay, because you don't really want a lot of people soaking up your energy anyway. So the more that you stay in tune with your higher self and your alignment of energy, you will start attracting the right tribe and attracting the right people in your circle, and learn how to really discern No to that energy, yes to this energy. And that's really simple as that. We don't have to make it as hard as it seems. The more you start listening to your intuition and listening to your higher self, the more you will start attracting and discerning what's right and wrong for your spirit and what needs to be removed from your circle. It's not them, it's you. Let's take accountability and say, you know what, this is the part that I played in that. I accepted these type of people in my circle, knowing that my intuition told me no, because our intuition always tells us, is this situation right or not for us? And sometimes we ignore the signs. Stop ignoring yourself and your intuition. We are powerful beings than what we know. So start listening to yourself. And never be afraid to remove yourself from certain people that don't align with you. Words of advice that my mother always gave me: never change yourself because you are a beautiful person. But sometimes people that are healers and good people tend to attract certain types of people and energy. So that can take a toll on some people where they may be afraid to open up, live their truth. But I say don't restrict yourself. If you know that you are a good person, you don't have to withhold that from the world, because the world needs good people as it is. What my advice is, change your circle. Change the people that you're attracting, changing the people that you let in your circle. Because that's what my mother always told me. She said, you know what? You're a beautiful person. Don't let negative people change you. You know the saying. Some people be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna meet people. I'm not gonna be friends. I'm just gonna live in my bubble, live in my shell. But I say that's restricting your life. That is withholding the beautiful self from the world. The world probably needs you. It's somebody out there who needs someone like you to be inspired by. And if you're too busy being hurt or allowing outside people to hurt you or influence the way that you treat the next person, I say change your circle. Don't change yourself. Change the people that you attract. Be very limited to who you allow in your space and who you allow in your energy. It's simple as that. Stop allowing people to dictate who you are. It's already not a lot of good people out here as it is. So why would you want to change yourself? Just change them. Change the people that you're around. And someone once told me to, back when I was in school, we had to do a project where we had to go to an old folks home to, sit with the elders. We had to go do like an AA meeting, and it was something else. And it was part of a project for school. At the time, I didn't understand that. Like, what does this have to do with schoolwork, right? But I feel like the teacher was teaching us life lessons about life. Remember, it's always someone out there that's going to be worse off than you, going through a lot. If you don't believe me, go to the hospital, go to like the ICU, go to whatever unit, volunteer, see people in their darkest hours. Some people have literally a few days to live, a few months to live. And in situations like that, you will find that some people are in good spirits and they're still navigating life positively, waking up every day in a positive mood, knowing that their outcome is limited. Maybe they have a few months or a few weeks to live, and yet they're still happy. They're still smiling. So when you go home from that, I want you to think about it. Like, how am I showing up in a positive way? There's always somebody else out there that's going to be worse off than you are. Yet there's people that wake up, have a bad day. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. You're breathing, you woke up. Meanwhile, somebody may not have that chance, and yet they're in a better mood than you are. Think about that for a second. They are in a better mood. Young and vibrant, just come in and play cards with them, play a game boards. I really enjoyed that. Like, I really enjoyed, because some people my age didn't get to live to be in their 80s and 90s. Yet when you sit with your elders, they teach you wisdom about life, just to enjoy every moment. So I say that to say that Your situation may seem like it's not a good situation at this moment. It's temporary. It's not your final destination. We have the deep knowing and the intuition to change our outcome. And you are attracting what you need to attract, whether it be now or in the future. So don't worry about it. Everything that you feel like you're going through right now is going to be okay. Basically, about a year ago when I lost my mom, life is just going to go on. I was very positive about it, very optimistic. Um, that was a very traumatic situation that happened, but I didn't let that dictate or change who I am. I didn't let it affect me from treating people wrongly, poorly, or badly, or isolating myself and not allowing myself to be open to meet people, because meeting people, whether they friends, platonic relationships, business related, whatever, I didn't let that stop me from allowing that energy into my space, because to be honest with you, I needed that. Whether people believe it or not, like I needed that, being around family members, being around my coworkers and friends. But she said that really sat with her, because some people grieve and they handle things in a different way, to the point where, not saying it's negative, but it shuts a lot of things out of their life, like, you know. So she said that she really admired that in me, admired my strength. And I admire that in myself too, because it takes a very strong personality and someone that is a good person, has a good heart, loyalty, to be able to say, you know what, I went through this situation, and not only did I grieve that, I had to grieve something else during that time, but it didn't allow me to take that out on the next person, or to kind of reject my blessings from there. So if it wasn't for the people being, and just, not isolating them, meaning like go outside, go enjoy yourself, go continue to live your life, go on trips, have fun, give people a chance. I've given people chances too, even in relationships, very open, not blocking my blessings with anything, because guess what? We all don't know when our time is up. We don't know how this person can affect us in this lifetime, whether it's good or bad. It's going to be something else in this lifetime that we're going to have to go through, that we feel like is emotional or scary. But unfortunately, that is what life is about. You get rid of one challenge, and guess what? Another challenge is going to come right on up. So what are you going to do? Stay in the house all your life and not explore the world? Or you're going to say, you know what, this situation seems scary, but I'm going to take a risk. And I'm going to be open to love, open to abundance, and just everything. And not allowing my pain, my hurt, my grief to dictate how I make moves and how I live my life. And some people are so afraid in this lifetime where they will have fear first, and it may take them time to open up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whereas though other people have forgiveness, and they say, you know what, I'm gonna judge people based on what they do, not based on what my ego assumes they're gonna do. What I mean by that is people go through so much pain that they will block their own blessings with anything, love, business, relationship, because of fear and ego, versus saying, you know what, I went through this pain, I'm not gonna let it dictate me. I'm open to the next level. And if I see that situation hurt me, cross me, or do whatever, then at least I know based on facts and logic versus assumption and ego. Because you never know, that could come out to be a good thing for you if you just take a risk. But some people are so afraid because of what they've been through in their past that they just don't want to be open. But let me just tell you something. Life isn't over. Life is going to be full of the next level, next challenges, next pain, next grief. That's the negative side of it. But what about the good parts of it? More love, more abundance, more fun, more everything. Every life is a balance in life. And with that being said, we're going to get into the cards. So we have here. Okay, so this week we have the 3 cards, and they align perfectly. I love how when I pull my cards, they align with what we talk about. So first one is to be fair. That's basically about balance, right? What are we balancing out? Give or take. And I'm going to read from the book too. I'm just showing y'all the cards. The next one is no place like home. What that represents is, what is home to you? Home is yourself, your internal self, being who you are, being authentic, being the divine, your higher self, tuning into you, right? Because everything in the universe starts within. So no place like home is more so thinking like internal home. And in this last card is a deep knowing. What does that mean? A little bit of that means that intuition, once again, what have we been talking about? Aligning with your intuition, aligning with your deep knowing, taking a risk, listening to your higher self. You know, your spirit would tell you when something is right or wrong. So start listening more to that and not your ego. So we have this card, no place like home, which is your internal self, and to be fair. See how all of this align. All right, so I like to read from my book. So Deep Knowing Tarot Card Reading. The oracle basically says, simply put, intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter a dialogue with your source, right? Your higher self, your conscience, that you are part of, but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural gift and their capacity to navigate their own journeys in life. But you are, and you can access this inner source and guidance. Know that you have the ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense to anyone whatsoever, but it will make sense, and it's in alignment if you listen to your deep knowing. Okay, next card, no place like home, no place like yourself, right? Being your true self, being authentic to who you are, right? Okay. The oracle message, basically, home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that you are, or you have the ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin, beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, okay? Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. Know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength, authenticity in your own home. Now, remember what I told you with this deck, it does come with 3 different versions. So you have the oracle, you have the relationship and protection one. So I try not to make these videos too long, but more so summarize the main big point of the message of the card. So this one, no place like home. Let's see what the relationship one says. Lovers, friends, companion, animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in this relationship that is reciprocated. Relationships are a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiar energy. Be home in this relationship. Together you can add to the world. Prosperity, when you act in your true self, which is your authenticity, your true self, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is your highest good. So kind of like what I've been saying, you attract what you are. Be positive, be your authentic self. So with that being said, you're going to attract the right people that's going to align with you. And don't be afraid to take risks and take leaps, because you may be scared, but guess what? Those people are coming into your life to help you to the next level. So don't be afraid. Okay. All right. Our last card here is to be fair. Okay. So basically, based on the deck, it's saying life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. Yet over time, they strike a balance. You move from being from status to doing from discovering. Okay. Balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. Right. So from discovering to loving to letting go to being again, you're going to have that back and forth. But that back and forth is good for learning and growth, right? Alignment. So life is a pendulum. And before I even said it, it said that in a book, a pendulum swinging back between all of these states. You will also always go back and forth between what's doing and what's being. So if you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance, and you reap what you sow. Let's see what the relationship one says. Okay, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking for understanding, as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it. If you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one which there's a mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. So be fair. Okay, I like that for the week. So to summarize, be fair, no place like home, and deep knowing. These are great cards. I love it. And in case you guys ever want to Google this card deck, it's called Wisdom of the Oracle. I remember seeing this deck a long time ago, and I'm just like, I really have to have this deck. It's so beautiful, beautifully. I really love it. Beautiful. So that's the message for this week, is to basically, to me, it sounds like spiritually putting everything together. Follow your intuition, because your higher self and your source starts within. So let's start listening to yourself. Be fair. Use that energy and that knowledge to whatever's going on in your life right now to balance it out. Think about the pro and con. Everything in life isn't permanent. It's temporary for your spiritual growth and your highest self and your highest calling. And then the knowing. Did I mention that one already? That's your intuition. And then no place like pro and con. Everything in life isn't permanent. It's temporary for your spiritual growth and your highest self and your highest calling. And then the knowing. Did I mention that one already? That's your intuition. And then no place like home is just being your authentic self. Stop being somebody that you're not. If you genuinely want somebody to get to know who you are, to be fair, have that balance, be yourself. How are they going to get to know you truthfully if you're not showing up authentically? So that's the word that I want to say. Be yourself, show up authentically so people can get to know you. Yep. And to summarize this week for the gram, basically, show up as your authentic self. Use your intuition to make decisions. Whatever decision that you're trying to make is going to be fair and it's going to be balanced, but listen to all sides of that situation. And just remember that don't be afraid to take risks. Don't allow whatever you're going through right now to change who you are, because it's already not enough good people out there as it is. So remember, don't change yourself. Don't limit yourself from being who you are. Change your circle. Change the people that's around you. They're the ones that need to be changed. Change them, not yourself. And just remember that whatever you're going through right now, it's always somebody that's going through something way worse. Somebody that literally has a few days or months to live, and yet they're still showing up, being their authentic self, living their life to the very end. So if they can do that, then you can get over this. If they can do that, you can get over whatever situation that you feel like you're going through in life. So this isn't over for you. Things are going to turn around, and just remember that everything that people go through is to help them grow to the next level of elevation. You're going to look back on all these things, all the people who you said hurt you. You went through this, you went through that. I promise you, once you get to where you need to be, you're going to look back at all of this and say, I don't even know why I was tripping. I don't even know why I was having a bad day that day at that time. I don't even know why. Exactly. I'm here to tell you it's going to be okay. And just keep being yourself. Just take that risk, because that risk could be the very thing that you need to help you elevate to the next level. But I just think so many people are afraid because of hurt, because of pain, because of grief. But I'm here to tell you, people go through pain, they go through grief, They're going to continue to go through pain and grief, but it's all about you as a person and how you handle adversity, how you pick yourself back up and try again. You know what I mean? It's not over for you.